hello, it's me an hour and a half in the future after doing all this, and I realised I didn't actually show off the website. So here it is. At the end of all this, you'll have a website that is hosted on your own custom domain, and you won't have to pay for anything other than the domain itself. And the domain that I used for this website, I only paid £1.80 for. And that's all I'm going to ever have to pay to host this website. So, what's not to love? This is the blog/portfolio website that you'll get at the end. It's got a CV section, little digital CV section. It's got a blog site section with pagination. And then there's the funny blog. Wow. Very cool. So why am I making this tutorial? It's basically 3 reasons. The first one is I see way too many people using template builder websites like Wix, GoDaddy, Squarespace, all that. And they really don't need the amount of functionality that those services provide. And unfortunately, it costs a lot of money because it comes with those services. And there's a lot of cheaper, easier, less bulky alternatives that they could be using. Second reason is there's way too many people, way too many people that I know who rely solely on social media as a way to promote/tell people about what they're doing, what they're building, what they're making, what they're selling. If you get locked out of your account, or if that platform explodes, buy effort, goodbye content. So if you have your own website, you own all of the content that's on that website. And that's good, isn't it? And then the last reason is it's just personalized and fun and cute and wacky. And you can make it as serious or as stupid as you want it to be. Anyway, I'm going to tell you how to host, create, and develop your own website more or less for free using Vercel, Astro, Namecheap. If you don't know what they mean, then this tutorial's for you. So, I'm gonna just start right at the beginning. So, I'm just gonna assume that you don't have any sort of web development software on your computer. So, first things first is you want to go onto your internet browser of choice and type in VS Code. Now, I'm just gonna be using VS Code for the rest of this tutorial because I know how it works. If you've already got a different IDE, then take all of this knowledge and transfer it over. Please. Thank you. But yeah, just go Visual Studio Code. Oh, go away. Visual Studio Code. Go here. Wow! Look at these reviews. Look at all these happy, real people. And click the download button. I'm not going to do that because I've already downloaded it. Installation process is really easy. It doesn't ask you to download McAfee or any freak stuff like that, so that's good. And then after that, pause the video. And then once it's installed, unpause the video and come back. When you're making a website, there's going to be a bunch of dependencies, which are basically little libraries of useful code that save you the pain and suffering of having to do it yourself. And the way that we install stuff like that is we use Node Package Manager, NPM. However, before we do that, we need to install something called NodeJS, which is what NPM is built off of, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how Node.js works. I don't know what Node.js is. All I know is that I type in a funny command and then I get packages. Anyway, nodejs.org download the LTS version, which is long-term support. Download that. And during the installation process, this is very important. Listen! Very important. During the installation process, there'll be a little checkbox that says install Chocolatey or whatever. Tick that box. You'll probably need it in the future. Just make sure to tick that little box. So you've got Node.js and you've got Visual Studio Code. Very epic. Good job. Your brain's growing by the second. And just to make sure that we've installed it properly, we're going to double check. So open up command prompt. You can either type in command prompt, or if you're a smarty pants, you can just type in cmd. Hit enter. And then what you want to do is you want to type in node space -v, which is node version. And if a little number pops up, then you've got it installed. And you haven't screwed anything up. And you haven't exploded your computer. And then we're going to do npm space -v as well. And if a funny number shows up, then you've got it installed also. And if that doesn't happen, then I would recommend typing in Linux how to install npm or Windows how to install npm, and then follow a tutorial, because I'm just zooming through this. I'm going fast speed mode. So the next thing that we need is we're going to need a GitHub account. If you've already got a GitHub account, then don't follow this step, idiot. But we need a GitHub account, because what that does is it lets us participate in the wonderful world of source control. Now, source control, in the stupidest way possible, I'm going to explain it, is you have a version of all the code that you've made on GitHub. That's like version 1. And then you've got a local copy on your computer. And you can work on the local copy, and once you're happy with it, push it up to GitHub, and now that's like version 2. And then you can work on version 3 while version 2 is like up. We're gonna make the website, put it up to GitHub, host that version of the website, so that's the version of the website that everyone's gonna see, and then you can mess about with version 2 while everyone sees that version, and once you're happy, put it up. Go make a GitHub account. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, because it would take too long, but it's very easy. You just sign up and confirm your email. But so we've got all that. That's very cool, good, and excellent. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go open up Visual Studio Code or your IDE of choice. And we're going to open it up. We're going to full screen it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hit the open folder button here. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a place on our computer that we want to create the project on. And I'm just going to open that up and hit select folder. So now we've opened Visual Studio Code inside that folder. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go download a template of a website. Now, I know at the start of the video I said all the templates are doo-doo feces on like Shopify and Wix, right? They are, okay? The one that I'm going to show you is very versatile in the sense that it's very quick to change out the theme, and it's very easy to like morph the layout. What are we going to use for the funny website? We're going to use a thing called AstroJS. Wow. So type that in, AstroJS, and then go to astro.build. If you want more information on what Astro is, go to the documentation or watch a video on what it is. But in short, it is a zoom quick way to fart out a website. And also the best part about Astro is they released with a bunch of templates. The rest of this tutorial is going to focus on one of these templates, but I would recommend that once you kind of wrap your head around how Astro works, if you want to come back and pick a different template and mess about that, then go for it. But I'm only going to be showing one, so we're going to click on Portfolio. And we're not going to pick a paid one because we're poor and have no money. And I'm going to pick, where is it? It's the Astro Modern Personal Website by Manuel. I'm just going to hit the live demo so you can see what it looks like. This is a website, and then these are all the kind of themes that you can pick for it, which is why I've picked this one, because you can basically make it however you want. So you've got the home page, you've got a little description of who you are, you've got projects, you've got blog posts, and these blog posts look like this, and you'll be able to write as many of them as you want. And the project section is basically just a custom card to show off a project. When you write about the project on your website, all it's going to be is a blog post that shows all the cool stuff about the project. And then it's got a CV section, so you can have like a little digital CV. I see a lot of portfolio sites where they when you click on the CV section on the website, it like takes you to like an Adobe Acrobat window, and there's like a PDF. That's fine, but you should probably have the option, like, you know, just have like a digital version and then like a PDF copy that's so like someone can pick and choose. Anyway, we're going to download that, so we're going to smash the Get Started button back on the Astro website. It's going to take you to here. We're going to click this drop down up here that says code, and we're going to copy the HTTPS, and then we're going to go back to the tutorial zone. And there's two ways you can do this. You can either press Control-Shift-P on a Windows to open up the command palette, and you can type in git clone and then paste in the URL that we just done. Or you can go to the terminal and type in git clone and then paste it down there as well. I'm going to hit that, and it's installed, and you'll see that there's a new folder here, and if you open it up, this is basically the website here. Now, before we do anything, we're going to have to move into that directory. So the way that we would do that on Windows is you would type in cd space astro-modern-personal website, and then hit that, and now you can see that we're in that folder. If we were to open this project again in the future, we would have to type that command in every single time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit open folder again, and then go into my tutorials folder, double click the Astro Modern Personal Blog website, and then when you're in that folder, hit select folder. So now whenever we open this project up, we're always going to be in this directory instead of the one above it, so we don't have to type in the command again. To install all of the dependencies for this project, which are these, we're going to type in the terminal npm space install, and if you want to be a smarty pants, you can do npm I, which is the npm space I, which is the shorthand for it, npm install. And what that's going to do is it's going to install all the dependencies. You'll see that there's a new folder in the project called Node-Modules, and if you are really focusing in right now, you'll notice that there's only like 7 dependencies, but there's like 182,000 things that just downloaded. The reason why that is because a lot of these libraries also have dependencies of their own, and then those dependencies have dependencies, and so on and so on and so on. So Node Package Manager NPM just downloads all the stuff that we need to make it work. Very good. So it's going to take a minute to install all of this stuff, but while that happens, I'll take you through the structure of the project. We've got the source folder. That's where all of the important stuff is, like the style sheets, pages, layouts, and components. The public folder is basically a folder that once you create and build the website, the public folder is a bundle of files and assets that will be available to your website. So if you want to add images, files, sound bites, music, videos, whatever to your website, you're going to put it in the public folder. And I would recommend doing stuff like blog images, you know, just organizing it. So let's say I had a folder called blog images, and then I had a tutorial on Astro. I would make a folder called Astro Tutorial and put all of the images related to that blog post in there, just for organizational purposes. And then that will save us a headache down the line. So, everything's installed. And before I do anything, I'm just going to we're just going to run the website. I'm using PowerShell. No. I don't like PowerShell. Right, I'm back at command prompt. We're going to run the website locally now. So npm space run dev, as in npm run development. And then hit the enter key. And what that's going to do is it's going to spin up a local version of this website using your network. Now, no one's going to be able to see this website right now, and that's because it's only on your network. The only way someone would be able to see this website is if they were logged into your Wi-Fi. So don't worry, it's spun up, and you should see a little funny link here. And what you're going to do is you can either copy paste it into your browser, or you can just hold the control key and click it, and that's going to take us here. It's going to take a second to load, and this is a local version of the website. Now, I'm just going to give you kind of like a top down on how everything on this template website works. I'm going to show you some things that you should change to make it yourself. Like, obviously, you don't want to publish this website with stuff like this at the bottom. You want to publish it with your name. And then I'll also tell you how to add links yourself to the sidebar. So, we're going to start. I'm just going to tell you how parts of the website work when I'm help. Okay, so the components folder has a bunch of these components, and what components are small collections of HTML code that make up little parts of the page, like the footer. That's the thing that I just highlighted. The footer, once you've made a component, you can like use it at any point in your website. If you just make a component and then use that on every single page, if you want to modify that component, you only need to go to the component file itself, edit it, and then the changes will be seen throughout the entire website. So the process of development is a little bit less of a headache. But yeah, this is the footer component. And if we go down here, you'll see it here. And if I go and change something like the name to and then save it, if we go back, we should see my changes down here. And this is basically going to be the development process from here on out. You're going to make small, controlled modifications to components and parts of the website, and you're going to save it, see how it looks, and then rinse and repeat until you're happy with it. The component folder, remember, small collection of components that make up parts of the page. And then we've got layouts, and what layouts are a collection of components that are stuck together to make the layout of a page. So components are sections of a page, and then a layout is a collection of components to make up a page. Okay? At this point, you've basically got a website, but I'm going to tell you how to modify it and make it your own.